So back to the FL Studio and the IL remote. Currently, this is the main tab, and what this main tab does is that it controls everything you see on the screen, starting from this song and pattern mode, play, pause, and all of that. So if I should play the song and pattern mode, it switches between both patterns. So the next one is the play and pause. So if I press the play and pause, it starts to play whatever I have there. There's no sound currently, so you only hear metronome. Then we have the stop, instant basic stop. So we have the record also. So the record is to record anything, arm the record on the FL Studio. So if I press it, it has armed the recording on the FL Studio. And the next one is this wait for input. Yeah, we also have all this control on your FL Studio. Now this wait for input is just there so that probably if you want your input recording to start immediately, it detects an immediate signal. That's what it does basically. So when I probably come here and let us just load any FL keys. And if I have the wait for input activated, let us say I want to record, it won't start recording immediately. I press play. It's going to show this kind of icon here, waiting for any input before it starts recording. So if I press anything on my key on this piano roll, for example, I'm still coming here, it will start recording. So that's what that does basically for you. Now the next part is the overdub. Let me deactivate this. Is the overdub. Now this overdub feature is very, very useful because let's say you want to record, probably you played something on a MIDI and you want to record something else on it, you understand? Now the overdub is going to allow whatever you're recording to be recorded on that same MIDI without deleting the other one. So let me deactivate this overdub and try to record something once again, and you see what will happen. So let me activate this wait for input. So you observe that because the overdub feature is actually off, it actually recorded on what I've recorded before and deleted that former one. Whereas if the overdub is on, actually what will happen is that the new ones I'm playing will still be there while the old one will be there. So I think I've done justice to the explanation. So once you're working in FL Studio, it's good to have this overdub on sometimes, depending on what you're doing. Now this loop recording is just this feature you have here. So once it's finished recording something, it repeats. So let me just activate the loop recording for instance, and let us see how it works. So you observe that immediately it finished the bar, whatever bar we had on the playlist here. So this was the small bar it was using. So it was just relooping it and recording. So that's what that loop record actually does. So most times I don't have this on, I have this on most times. Now we have the step edit here. So the step edit is this feature you have here. So on FL Studio, though I don't really use it. So, but if you want to, you can check it out. So we also have the metronome. This is the metronome on and off here. Then we have the tap tempo. So the tap tempo feature is another amazing feature about this though. So it allows you to actually tap tempo to whatever you want actually. So you could use it. Now another thing we have here is this nudge feature. Nudge. Now the best way for me to explain this nudge is simple. Now currently this nudge is not actually doing anything on the piano roll whenever I press it, because you can also see it here as green. Now this nudge allows you to nudge note a bit away from the starting point. Maybe there are some things you don't want it to hit on the start. You just want to shift it away. You use this nudge feature. Now, the other ways you can achieve this using your mouse. You can use your mouse to also achieve it by selecting the note and, using your mouse to move left or right, depending on what you set here. So most times when you want to use the nudge or you want to nudge something, you want to put this in none. So you want to do it like this, left, right, or so. So that's just the node feature. We also have the option to select the way it works. You can also use your node with mouse wheel and all of that. Now, currently, for some reason, I couldn't link the nudge button to whatever it was on FL Studio. So currently, it's not actually working. So that's one thing I noticed about this, and I don't know why. Now, currently, the next one is this playlist. It switches from whatever tab you have to the playlist. You have the step sequencer, so it switches easily. So I like this feature. We have the piano roll. This is something I really like. Instead of having to come here often, I just switch it here. Then we have the browser section that shows you the plugins you have. You can just select from. So you have various plugins here. So we have the mixer, another nice feature if you want to quickly go to the mixer. Then we have the settings to take you to the settings quickly. Then we have the undo redo. Now this undo redo basically, let me just show you how it works. So undo redo goes back and front, undo, then redo, undo, redo. Now why this undo up, just undo everything. So that's just the difference between both of them. So the next thing we have here is this main. Now this main switches between whatever you have on your channel rack here. So that's what it does. So you just turn the scroll wheel like that. Then we have this tempo, but I didn't really like this tempo because it was actually moving the decimal, the things after the decimal anyway. But so I didn't really enjoy that feature. So we have this pattern. This pattern switches between the patterns you have here. Let us say you have various patterns like probably kick on some other rules. So it helps you switch between various patterns you have. So by scrolling. But I don't really see any reason why I want to use this because for me, it's actually not really so effective for a scroll wheel. Now, another one we have here is the marker. So let me just create random marker, Alt-T, just create anything. So these markers help you to switch between various markers. So it can be effective a bit, move to different markers. And this zoom horizontally, zoom things horizontally, what your scroll mouse will do, or page up, I think, and vertical zooming. So I think I like this zooming feature anyway. So that's everything about the main tab. So the next